I've only been in the business since 1978, so things could change any minute now. But in that time, that has been the #1 complaint about software development and the #1 cause of a lot of the problems that we see going all the way down the stream. A lot of people have tried to fix that. Been many books written, many processes developed, many consultants have made fortunes trying to make requirements better. And guess what? They aren't ever going to get to the state where testers really want them to be. And if they are, you're not going to make it happen, because you're not the people responsible for creating requirements. And when you ask other people to do what you want them to do, you're trying to tell them how to do their job. And that doesn't wash very well. Rather than worrying about how somebody else does their job, let's focus on how we do our job. What are we going to do instead? If the requirements are not good enough, where else are you going to get knowledge about the system? Anyway, where else would you get it?
You should one. You ask everybody.
There's a thought. Let's go talk to people. Where else?
From the users.
Great. From the people who are going to use the system. Where else?
Production instance.
The production instance, if there is one, yes. Absolutely. The system itself. Anyone else? Competitors. Yeah. That's a good place. People who are stuck on requirements-based testing are, in fact, going to miss a lot. There are a lot of things that you're not going to be able to, that you're not even going to know you need to test if that's all you're looking at. If you're only looking at the documented requirements, for example, what about the implicit requirements? What about the things that never get documented, like the system shall not roll over and kick its little legs in the air? That doesn't tend to get documented. You very rarely see a requirement that says the system shall crash gracefully. You very rarely see a requirement that says the system shall produce accurate bills. But you know what? If it doesn't, you've really got a problem. You're going to need to come up with a lot of tests to make sure that the system does create accurate bills.
What we need is not a perfect requirement. It's just some requirement.
That would be useful.
Yeah,
Testable requirements.
Sorry?
Testable requirements.
Yeah.
Well, some requirements, because if we don't have anything, so the developer will develop what he thinks is right, and I will test what I think I should test, and so on.
Yes.
So we don't have a ground to build the correct one.
No, but you can start to develop a ground. I would suggest.
But that
Well, you
would
can
be the developer, what the developer wants, and not the user wants, perhaps.
Potentially, but if you have an opportunity to talk to the customer, and rather than using just the term the user, I like to talk about the stakeholders, because there are lots of stakeholders in a project who have requirements and who have needs that we need to satisfy as testers, not just the users.
Yes, but the reality is that developer never talks to anyone.
Indeed, and they don't ask questions, and we do.
Right.
So we do have an opportunity to go out and ask questions, and ask a lot of questions. And I mean, I have also been in circumstances where there's nothing written. Particularly if you're taking over a vendor product. In one circumstance, when I was still working for IBM, how much time have I got? Excellent. The test manager who was there had said, we can't test this, there are no use cases. So they brought me in. And I came in as somebody who, it was a point of sale system, I came in as somebody who had tested retail systems. So I had some domain knowledge. I brought in a couple of other people with that. But essentially, we developed all of our testing out of what we saw the system doing, out of the conversations that we had with the customer, and out of our own knowledge. We only found 800 bugs in the first couple of weeks.